Hi, Gina. It's so good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well, Jen. It's great to see you as well.
So, for those of you that have been watching my channel, Gina and I did an interview about a year ago talking about our coaching experience, and we decided to do a little update video just to see where Gina is now in life.
So I originally sought you out because I was digging deep within to try to make my fiance at the time of 8 years feel more loved, and things weren't going very well in the relationship. And I thought, well, maybe there was something I was doing to contribute and see what I could do to maybe be more in my feminine or offer encouragement or love in a different way. And so when I sought you out, and I say this all the time, I sought you to save my relationship, but wound up saving myself. It was not the right relationship and not a situation I should have been in.
And it really started a new journey for you
An
of,
entire journey, yes.
yeah, of self-discovery, of knowing your value, learning your worth, loving yourself perhaps for the first time, and
Yes.
really believing that you could have a healthier love life, that you deserved more, right?
Absolutely. Something I didn't know before. And it sounds like, well, common sense, but it's not really when you don't feel that way about it. And through our work, I learned to embrace the part of myself that never felt good.
I love that so much. And there's been so many beautiful changes in you, but we'll get to that. But I can't wait to hear more as we continue this. What do you feel is the biggest thing that has changed in your life from our work together, just as we've continued this journey, or you've continued on your journey with a lot of the tools and things we've been working on?
I look at it as all encompassing. I don't just use this in the relationship realm. I find that this is work that has carried over to friendships, to, even the way that I speak with my parents, my sibling, family, my coworkers. I'm a school teacher, and it has even served me in the classroom with parents and administrators and students. Really, it's a whole nother way of approaching life that I don't think any of us really think about on the regular. So,
well, I think it's about looking at feminine energy as a way of being, whether
yeah,
it's with a masculine man or whether it's to see what a man is capable of, but really it's an opportunity to practice everywhere you are, to see what you can draw out in people and to really draw out the best in someone, to bring light to their softer side. So can you tell us, what does your life look like now?
okay. So, I right now I'm still a mom of two beautiful daughters and trying to be an example for them. And I'm in a very committed and loving relationship with a very masculine energy man who has stepped up in ways that I really never thought that men do, because I wasn't accustomed to that. And he goes out of his way on a regular basis to make me feel cared for and cherished. And I love the idea of sitting back and receiving. I'm so used to trying to fix and be in charge that I have you on my shoulder, like, just sit back and receive and allow him to show who he is.
And this is really a new type of man for you, right?
Totally different. He's not a wounded bird like all my other tragic cases. I didn't have to rescue him and fix him. This time it was just someone who just compliments me in so many different ways.
Is there something you would say that allowed you to draw this man in? Like you wouldn't have been maybe open to him 2 years ago, or what changed in you that allowed you to draw in this level of quality and just masculinity into your life?
It's funny. I'm so used to the same thing, and I seem to have drawn in the same thing because of the level of comfort that it brings in the beginning. It's like, oh, I know this. It's like you're replaying the same story with just different characters. And I had to do a lot of work, and you helped me tremendously accepting the little girl inside and what does she want and need, and things that maybe I had ignored or put on a shelf somewhere, and, just not taken care of. And so once I dealt with some of those needs and found out that really I complete myself in so many ways, I was putting a complete person out there. So that I was drawing in someone who is more complete in his own work.
Right.
And for the first time, I didn't pigeonhole myself into a certain demographic, a certain look. a certain age group. I just put it out there and I allowed it to come.
You
So
stayed open and you stayed true to yourself.
Yes, I did.
And
for sure.
I think as women, that's a trap we fall into, where we think, what do they need? Who do I need to be for them?
Yeah.
Or who do I need to be to get these needs met? And we disconnect more and more from, what do I need? What do I want? What's true and authentic to my experience, and to make decisions and kind of follow the line from that standpoint, versus getting in the other person's head to think about what they might need.
Yes. And I feel like I've done that my whole life. Just seeking you out, as I said in the beginning of this, what can I do to make him
do this?
Exactly. And it really wasn't about that. It was, what can I do to make me feel more loved? And once we got to that together, you and I, everything else sort of took off. And there were pitfalls. I'd be lying if I said there weren't, as you know. But I think I'm very resilient, and our work together has made me more resilient to say, okay, feel it and move through it. And then you grow on the other side. And that journey has been amazing.
I'm so excited to hear all of this. Okay, so my last question to you is, what are you most excited about, as the future unfolds? Like, what do you look forward to? What just feels bright and light and just exciting for you?
It's, every day I feel like I've always been a very positive person, so that has helped. But this has made it where I can look forward to new things happening that I don't have control over. And in the past, I would feel like I needed to control the outcome. And now I sort of let it be. It will be what it is, what's meant to be. And I use the words that you've echoed in my mind many times, is, if it's meant for you, it'll be with you. And I feel that way. So I'm excited for all the new adventures that will unfold in my life in general, with my daughters, with my family, with my significant other now, and the things that are yet to come, and how he and I are growing together. And that's just an amazing feeling.
I love that. Just like that balanced ego, where you're a little more partnered with the ego, versus the ego prepping you constantly. Right. So you miss out on all the joy of experiencing the journey with this man, with your daughters, with your life as a whole, and just can be in a space of peace and allowing and flow.
And you know what? You've taught me more to be in the moment. I think we as women in general are always thinking ahead, especially single moms. We have so much on our plate. You're thinking for everyone. And sometimes we don't allow ourselves to just be in the moment. And that's huge, to be able to just take, dig your feet in and feel that moment for what it is and enjoy it, and not worry about what's next, because you're inviting in that good energy.
To be able to practice that, and it's buildable. So for anyone watching this, remember, you start with that breath, with that moment, and then you build off of it, and you create a life that becomes more and more filled with flow, with ease, and with joy. And that's the essence of this work. And so I think that that's kind of like the most important thing I like to share with people is, feminine energy is an opportunity for you to be the best version of yourself, and to draw out the best version of others, and to see what unfolds. It doesn't mean there isn't a place for your masculine energy, but you're integrated and things are in balance and in harmony. And so
great. It feels great to be able to have that balance, because it is part of who we are. Our society has really combed us to be this more masculine version of a female, because of everything that's thrown at us. And it's nice to learn that it's okay to also feel that feminine side and want that in your life.
Right. It's okay to just be, to just allow, and to just enjoy. And now, Gina, you've done so many of my programs, and know I value you tremendously, and knowing you. For anyone that, is considering like the Attract Him Forever group, I just wanted to take just a brief moment just to share your experience with that program, and what you would say about it to someone who asked you.
Well, first of all, the part I like about it is it's like women coming together to support one another. We don't do that enough in society today. Everyone's an adversary of one another. I feel this is a way that women can show their vulnerability with other women who are showing that side and supporting one another. You're giving great advice. You're taking questions. We're able to bounce off one another, and really support one another, knowing how difficult this journey can be. It's not as easy for some people as others, you know, to get into their feminine and practice that. And your programs have been amazing and giving, you know, tailoring it in a way that we can adapt it to each one of us individually.
And choosing to love other women and embrace other women instead of what we are taught, which is competing and all of those low energies, but to really embrace and love and enjoy the journey with one another, right?
It's like, you know, you walk out in society and it's still like that mean girl from high school mentality. And when we come to your, you know, your program, we're there together as sisters. And that for me is huge.
I love that so much. And that's the biggest thing that's nearest and dearest to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Gina, it's always amazing talking with you. So much appreciation for you being here again to give this little mini update. And is there anything else you want to say?
I want to thank you for all of the work that you've done. You've been there, you know, not just as a coach, but as a confidant and a friend. And I appreciate that tremendously. It's more of a personal level working with you, and any woman who's lucky enough to do so will find that as well.
Oh, thank you so much, Gina. I will see you soon. Have a beautiful day.
You as well.